What is going on, guys? SKITZ here, back with my 5th coffee talk, and today we are not going to be focusing on jewel crafting. We're going to kind of spiral off into something a little bit easier for you guys to make gold with, because I noticed in the previous coffee talks that I put out, a lot of you guys weren't max level jewel crafting. A lot of you guys weren't even max level character levels. So what I did is I revisited an old zone. I still visit here frequently and farm when I have my coffee. By the way, cheers, guys. Another coffee talk. You guys are killing it. So what these are, different from my short and sweet World of Warcraft guides, these are made for your commute. So if you have 45 minutes in the car, you're going to the gym, you are tired of listening to your girlfriend talk or your boyfriend talk, you just put this on, sit back, relax, and just absorb good World of Warcraft gaming materials. So what are we doing today? I'm going to turn my webcam off. I'm going to show you where we're at, and basically all you need for this farm, why this is so successful. I'm going to go into the nuts and bolts, and we're going to talk about it on this coffee talk. So again, guys, this is a brand new I guess an old farm, but considering the auction house in the current state of the economy with nobody farming these materials, I'm going to explain to you how you can make great gold doing this, and then we're going to even progress further with a lot of spin-offs and I guess options for your ghost iron ore. So let's turn the webcam off and let's hop into this coffee talk. So right now I'm on my flying mount. As you can see, this is the first big plus of this farm. I'm on my Sky Golem in the Valley of the Four Winds. So to get here, Horde and Alliance, guys, all you have to do is take the portal to the Shrine of the 7 Stars, I believe it is, right here. In the Vale of Eternal Blossoms in Dalaran, there's a portal there. But this content, this zone, guys, is only 86 to 87. So if you're level 90 or 95 or 100, you can pop in here with your flying mount and make it killing. So what are we going to be doing today, guys? The Valley of the Four Winds, the outskirts. In my coffee talks, guys, these are made, if you're not watching the video, you can hear, and I'm going to explain to you in depth what's going on. So in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms right here, the Valley of the Four Winds, the outskirts here along the giant wall. I know you guys know what I'm talking about here, where the Conquest and the Honor Quartermaster's at. This wall wraps around the entire little piece of land here, and all we're going to do is just scale it with our mining character. All we need for this farm is a miner. If you want to bump it up to another notch after this, you can mine the ore, sell it raw. You can mine the ore, smelt it, and sell the bars, and you can also mine the ore, smelt it into the ghost iron bars, and then you can send it over to an alchemist and then transmute your ghost iron bars into living steel. And why would you do that, SKITZ? Why would I buy up ghost iron ore? Why would that sell? Why would ghost iron bars sell? Why would living steel sell? Great question. So basically what's going on, the mount I'm on right now, the Sky Golem, is a hot commodity. The prices went crazy as Legion came out, because the benefits of this mount, you're allowed to herb and pick herbs while you're still mounted. So any herbalism or any tune that you have herbalism on, you can get on the Sky Golem, you can drop down, pick the herbs, and stay on your mount. And in the long run, guys, like the long scheme of things, when you're picking that many more herbs per hour, it adds up. It's crazy. So ore is still going for crazy gold, bars still going for crazy gold, and living steel still going for crazy gold. What I forgot to mention in this little segment right here, guys, is also before you get to the living steel, it's Trillium Bars. So I don't want to confuse you guys. If you don't want to take the extra step with the alchemist for Trillium and living steel, just mining alone, guys, mining this ghost iron ore and or smelting, because another tip, they stopped smelting in Legion for miners. So basically copper, silver, gold, all of the materials you could mine leveling up, you were allowed to smelt. So if I open up my just smelting tab here for my mining skill, you can see here you were able to smelt all of this good stuff. So titanium, titan steel, serenite, corium, cobalt, all this stuff. But when Legion dropped, you can't smelt Fellslate. You can't smelt Laystone ore. You have to be, I think, a blacksmith to get the demon steel bars, all that kind of good stuff. So This is a hot commodity right now because, as you can see right here, guys, there was so many nodes that pop up on the map. It's sickening. You don't even have to server hop. I recommend it if you want to, if you're taking this like super serious. But if you just scale the outside of this continent of the Vale of the Eternal Blossoms here, you're going to scoop up a ridiculous amount of ore. And this is solid because you don't have to be 110 level. You can take the ore, and like I said, you can smelt it or you can sell it raw, and it's going for a lot of gold, guys. Like, I think the server average for NA and EU is around 20 gold per ore. And for an old material that you can scoop up at a relatively fast pace, it's out of control, guys. It's awesome. So I'm gonna make a loop around here and keep talking, but basically what has to happen for this farm to be successful, you have to have a decent tune that's geared past, I would say, 90, 95, because the Vale of the Four Winds here is 86 to 87. So if you aggro mobs, you'll be able to burn them down fast and keep farming. But another solid point to this farm is if you see somebody else farming with you, as in picking the same nodes or trailing you or leading you, you guys can pick the same nodes as them. They don't despawn. So if you ever, I always see people that are farming together or run up on a node and get mad. They're like, yo man, why don't we roll for that or whatever. They changed that, guys. You guys can pick the ghost iron ore all day long, like multiple people. That's why they put parties together now, farming parties for gathering professions. So like I said, guys, with this farm, it's ridiculous to sell the ore outright, but I recommend, at least as your miner, being able to smelt the ore into the bars. It's insane because people don't take that extra step. People need ghost iron bars. It's still a crafting reagent for so many things still needed. Mounts and pets and leveling up professions. It's insane. And guys, as you can see, or if you can't see, I'm picking a ridiculous amount of ghost iron ore as I'm doing this coffee talk, because this is just a super casual, no one's kind of out here, and you can take advantage of this farm at pretty much any time of the day or night. And if it's crowded, again, guys, you can server hop. So another awesome aspect to this farm, you can prospect this ghost iron ore too, guys. So basically what I do sometimes is, if there's no, for an example, Monarch Topaz, it's an orange gem back in WoD that was a crafting reagent, is still a crafting reagent for like over 100 things, guys. And why is that important? Because if I mine ghost iron ore, I prospect it, and I land on multiple Monarch Topazes. For an example, you need 4 of those. Tailors need 4 of those to make the flying carpet mount. People still need those. Those are sweet, but sometimes, you know, Monarch Topazes aren't on the auction house. If they're sold out, where do you get them from? You prospect ghost iron ore. So like I said, guys, this is an awesome farm because not only can you just, the lazy farmer way, just sell the ore outright, you can either smelt into the bars, sell the bars in pretty stacks or neat stacks, I recommend. So 5, 10, never 1. I mean, if people are buying bars, they're going to be buying more than 1 usually, because crafting wise, you're not going to need 1 bar for anything. If it was Obliterum or something that you only needed a single stack of, then you could put it up like that. But the bars need to be, I love neat or pretty stacking them in 5, 10, 20. It's awesome. It looks great for people that don't have add-ons and just don't know really the ins and the out of the auction house. It looks very appealing to them. So like I said, guys, sell the ore outright. You can smelt it, you can prospect it, and you can also smelt it, transmute it into Trillium, and then transmute the Trillium into living steel, which are going for hotcakes on the auction house. So I'll wrap up the video with me actually inside of the auction house, and I'll show you neat stacking, pretty stacking. We'll go over that. But guys, as you guys, I mean, I've only been on here for probably 10 or 15 minutes, but I've been scooping up a ridiculous amount of ghost iron deposits. So again, this is awesome because as a low-level miner, you can pick up mining at any level, right? You can go out here, and as long as your level, your character level allows you to be in here and to kill these mobs, you're gonna make a killing, guys. So the ore sells for a ridiculous amount. The bar sell, the Trillium sells, and the living steel sells, and not just something like transmog you have to sit on the auction house for forever. It sells fast, guys. People still need these items, and let's go to the auction house right now, and we'll go over a little bit more. Alright guys, we're on the auction house right now. I'm going to describe to you what's going on with the current prices. So NA, right now, Ghost Iron Ore, Ghost Iron Bars, Trillium, and Living Steel. We're going to go through all of those. But as you can see, guys, it's scarce on the auction house. Or if you can't see, I'm going to tell you that it's scarce because the new content in Legion came out. People kind of abandoned the old farms not knowing that Ghost Iron Ore, Ghost Iron Bars, Trillium, and Living Steel, if you choose to use an Alchemist for the Trillium and the Living Steel, are still needed. So Ghost Iron Ore is sitting around 14 gold per ore. Right now, the Ghost Iron Bars are selling for ridiculous amounts of money, which brings me to my next point. These are going for around 36 gold per, and again, it's going to fluctuate on your realm, guys, but just from this, what does that remind you of, right? Ghost Iron Ore. You could potentially not even go out and farm it, but find cheap Ghost Iron Ore on your auction house. I do this all the time. I buy it up, smelt it, and relist it in pretty stacks. Like this guy, 20 stacks of 20. I wouldn't do one stack of 200 because who needs 200 Ghost Iron Bars? You might, but generally 5, 10, 20 are perfect. So that's another great point for this. Also, before I said I think Monarch Topaz comes from prospecting the Ghost Iron Ore. That's incorrect. I apologize. It comes from Serenite and Titanium, I believe. So with that being said, it's still a viable option sometimes to prospect Ghost Iron Ore, just depending on the items on your auction house or lack thereof. So again, very versatile. Sell the ore raw, smelt it to a Ghost Iron Bar, take that, send it to your Alchemist. You can transmute the Ghost Iron Bar to Trillium, and if you want to take it a next step further, you can transmute the Trillium Bar into Living Steel. Say that 5 times fast. So what has to happen if you want to do this in the most efficient way on your Alchemist, guys, make sure they're transmute masters. So when you when you transmute the Ghost Iron Bar to Trillium, you're going to get procs. So, and the procs to me have just gone insane lately. So you could potentially put a couple hours of farming Ghost Iron Ore in, and your end result could be Living Steel that procced 15 more times than it should have, with thousands and thousands and thousands of gold. So I didn't go over how much gold I currently have. Here's an update, guys. It's about 3.3 million I'm sitting on right now. Already purchased the Bloodfang Widow, and still have $1 million plus gold in the bank, and in liquid in the bank, and in worth of gems. I have another $1 million in my bag. So, all right, guys, let's check out the prices of Trillium and Living Steel. Again, this is just to take this specific farm to the next notch, selling the Ghost Iron Ore and or bars, depending on the market of either, is ridiculous. But if you want to go a step further and transmute your Ghost Iron Bars into Trillium, you can check the auction house. So right now, currently 350 gold per Trillium Bar, which is pretty insane, and Living Steel is going for 2,700 plus per bar. So immediately after I get off of this coffee talk and wrap this up, you better believe I'm going to start doing this. So I'm going to hop over to my Panda Warrior, my Troll Panda Warrior Relax Nerd, and I'm going to send him some ore and some bars to show you what the transmute looks like. We're going to list it on the auction house, and then we're going to wrap this coffee talk up. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and listening. If you have any questions, if you had any questions while you've been listening to this, do not hesitate to put a comment in the comment section below. I will knock out that question as quickly and as efficiently as possible as usual. So let's jump on our warrior, our alchemist, our transmute master, and let's continue this discussion, guys. So off of our initial casual farm of 64 total Ghost Iron ore, we smelted that into 32 Ghost Iron bars, which was only supposed to yield us 3 Trillium bars. Those procced to give us 8 total Trillium, which gave us 1 Living Steel bar, which is selling for almost 3,000 gold with some Trillium left over. So this just shows you the power and the options of if you want to further the Ghost Iron ore and Ghost Iron bars, you can either level a alchemist, make him a transmute master, or you can find an alchemist to transmute your bars for you and just tip them, which I'm sure they won't mind. So this is how you further the Ghost Iron ore and Ghost Iron bar gold progression. If you guys enjoyed this coffee talk, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you think anybody else, one of your friends, would benefit from this coffee talk or any of the previous coffee talks I put out, make sure to share this video. Also, I know that a lot of you guys didn't have max jewel crafting, didn't have max level characters, so I hope this video catered to you or gave you some other options as far as gold making was concerned. I will see you guys in the next coffee talk, in the next short and sweet World of Warcraft Legion video. Have a great day, guys. You guys can subscribe right here if you have not already. I'll put videos here, here, and here for you guys to check out. I will see you guys next time. I love y'all. Have a great day. I'm out of here. Peace.